Whoa. Hello? Is this thing on? Dunk, dunk, dunk. Oh.
We put on.
Hello? Oh, perfect. Tigermund, hello. The Rock Socks, hello. What's up, everyone? The Rock Socks late night vibes. Literally just laid down and opened YouTube to watch something. Heck yeah. Perfect timing. Ian, what's up? Trent waited for you. I was waiting for Larock Socks to lay down. That's true. Incus, hello. JB, hello. Oh, damn Cam, hello. Again, hello. Hi, everyone. Howdy, everyone. We're back playing the game. Um, yeah. Mike Murphy, hello. I think last time we finished Act 3, but I didn't do the little, like, scene after it, I think. But, yeah. So we'll continue from where I left off. Um, Feels like it's been a while since I played this, so I'm forgetting a little bit what happened. I have to go straight to work. It's 3 p.m. here, but have fun. Oh, bye, JB. Thanks for popping in. Inka says we need a little emote of a guy absolutely screaming. I'll see what I can do. Doofus, hello. Cool. So let's continue where we left off. It must be here, because we did Act 3, so then this, and then Act 4. So today we're going to try and finish Act 4, which I think is very doable. Oh, I got to switch to live chat also. Before I forget. Cool. Tigerman, it's your first time catching one of these streams? Well, Kentucky Route Zero, it's a really cool narrative kind of story game. It's a little like, I guess you'd say like folk fiction, folk sci-fi or something. I don't know. That's a good question. It's hard to categorize, but it's very fun, and I've enjoyed it so far. But yeah, here and there along the echo, it's also a lot of reading for me. I read all the dialogue and everything. Here and there along the echo. Oh, last time we played a weird computer game in the game. I remember that, and it took a long time. I think that was last time. Oh, cool. 270-301-5797. Let me see if that's the number. Because there's a earlier in the game there was a number. Yep, it's that number. We're calling our favorite people. Bureau of Secret Tourism. Can you guys hear it okay? So we've already called the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Turn it up a little bit. Inaudible speech. Couldn't quite hear it.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3. If you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5. To hear these options again, press 0.
I think I need to hear it again. So it is quiet, but it's also like audio is like stereo, so it's mostly in the left side.
Press 1.
So if you're listening, it might only be in the left side.
To dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3.
Gotta know
If
if
you
I.
don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5.
Okay.
So,
I don't
you
remember.
remember dialing this number. You just sort of woke up with the phone pressed to your ear, ringing on the other end.
Yeah.
Or maybe you thought you dialed a different number, but your digits betrayed you. Or there's a faulty connection somewhere out there in that spider web lattice of phone cords that covers all of creation. It must be kind of a nice feeling, really.
Yeah.
It's like you and I just bumped into each other in the street or a little cafe. Say, next time you meet a stranger, call us back at extension 7864 and hand them the phone. We'd love to get to know them. Welcome home. For
Just writing down the extension in case I
along
need
the
it.
Echo River, press 1.
Okay.
For a guy, well, if you're dialed into this here informational resource, then you're a certain kind of beachcombing, bat-calling sightseer. So let's take a driftwood inventory. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1.
Oh.
For forgotten places, press 2.
Oh.
For
Maybe 2.
restless places,
Oh.
press 3.
3 could be good.
For what little we know of the iron pariah, press 4. For food and drink recommendations, press 5.
Oh.
To return to the main menu, press 6.
Huh.
To hear these options again, press 0.
Okay, so probably 2 or 5, I think, or 3. This is a strange game. Yeah, that seems normal.
Underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places,
We'll do Forgotten
for
Places.
secret tourism, forgotten places are the vital spark. Take no pictures here, nor souvenirs. Write no travelogues. We will discuss these places now in vague and qualified descriptions. For the town with no roads to it, press 1. For the silo of late reflections, press 2.
We'll just go for the first one.
Which has its own roads, but which no other roads connect to.
Okay.
They send and receive mail. There is a school, and so on. But what I want to tell you about now is the horses. There are horses living wild in this town. I forget how they got there. They don't stay in stalls. They sleep outside. They walk through the town on the streets or on the sidewalks, and the people of the town think of them as elegant, wordless neighbors. For a diver's guide to underwater
cool.
islands, press. For forgotten
Phone call
places,
mode.
press 2.
I wanted to do this on a stream because the phone, you can actually call the number on your phone and it actually works.
For what little we know of the iron pariah,
But
press
yeah.
4. For
Tim
food
Tam
and
Slam,
drink
yep.
recommendations,
Hats on Kirby,
press
hats on
5.
me.
To return to the main menu, press 6.
If phone calls were this interesting, I'd never be on YouTube.
Press
DC Soli, hello. The route is going great. We're going.
For a diver's guide to underwater
Calling the
islands,
Bureau of
press.
Secret Tourism.
For forgotten places, press 2. For restless places, press 3.
Let's try 3.
For the cluttered place, press 1.
Oh.
For the flooding place, press 2. For a list of the places where people can't sleep, press 3. There's a place always cluttered by debris floating along the water. Otherwise, it's unremarkable. In fact, the only way to find it is to notice that there happens to be more trash there than anywhere else around. I wonder why that is.
Hmm.
For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1.
Huh.
For forgotten places,
I think we did that last time.
perhaps it's the violent displacement of natural gases.
Oh wait, no, I didn't do that one yet.
Perhaps the river tilts to face the moon, slowly changing the angle of its surface over time. Some sailors blame corked rocks. Whatever the geological explanation, the islands of the Echo River are mostly transient, rising and diving on some inscrutable schedule. The following islands are presently underwater. Slate
Okay.
Island, the Blue Island, Rock of Magnets, Despina Dockyards, Islet of Distraction, Missing Island. This list is current as of now.
Cool.
For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For
Oh,
restless
Tim
places,
Tam. I've got on my Mothman hat,
for what little we know
and
of the
Kirby
island
has on a
Pariah,
University of New Haven hat.
for food and drink recommendations, press 5. To return to the main menu, press 6. To hear these options again, press 0.
I think I might. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get out of this,
Diver's Guide
so I
to
might
Underwater
go. I might play this a
Islands,
little longer, then go to the next mission.
Forgotten places, press 2.
But yeah,
For restless places, press 3. For what little we know of the Iron Pariah, press 4. For food and
let's try
the
4.
Iron Pariah is just what she's called along the
Oh my God! Hello.
Of course, she once had another name, but it's been scratched away. Maybe out of shame? Or maybe she took a bend too sharply and left her true name on a rock. So, what else? We know she was in the war, but neither side would claim her. We don't know if anyone's aboard. She drifts along the water and commands a wide berth. Tourists, if you hope to document the Iron Pariah, I fear you will be disappointed. She has a beguiling way of vanishing from photographs. Steer to shore and let her be carried along in silence. Pilgrims, I wouldn't dare to interfere. For a diver's guide to underwater
Cool.
islands, press 1. For forgotten places,
Nick, this is not usually the full game. There's like there's a whole story that's going on. This is like a supplemental thing, I think.
for food,
But yeah,
press 1. For drink, press 2. To return to the main menu,
let's see what happens if you do 2.
fine, but more adventurous tourists will surely be looking for stronger stuff. Move quickly along past any strangers with cheap bourbon flasks. You can get that hard times rot gut anywhere. If you're traveling by boat, you'll want the traditional seafarer's liquor. As it happens, there's a watering hole called the Rum Colony, wholly devoted to the stuff. You know, mixed with sugar and bright colors. I've heard it's excellent, but I never drink the stuff. I take my spirits clear.
Oh. Oh, whoa. I didn't know you could do that. Cool. So I just hung up. Bob, so where to? I could use a taco or something. I feel kind of overwhelmed, you know? Too many options. Yeah. I know. I just want to sit somewhere and draw or something. Yeah. Work on some whittling. Turn some boards into scrap wood. I heard there's this one place with a lot of garbage. Could be pretty cool. That does sound pretty cool. Cool. Ready to go? Yeah, let's go. Let's take a minute. Yeah, let's go. Cool. So that was the Bureau. We got to call the Bureau. And now we're on Act 4. Heck yeah. That's right, we're on a boat with a woolly mammoth robot, I guess. Manual 5.4. Context backlash. General wear on the gestural gear mounting apparatus 5A-1 may result in undesirable play between teeth in the context and history state machine gears, causing stuttering, slippage, resetting, skipping. Guess it could be slippage? Well, new character. If left unresolved, gear slop can gradually throw limbs out of alignment, blend motions, and decontextualize gestures. See also sections 1.8 General Troubleshooting and 5.3 Gesture Context. Gesture Context. 5.3 Gesture Context. All gestures happen in a context. The set of preceding gestures, the overall orientation, and extended variables such as time of day and interior affect gear angles. That'll do, book. Must be missing a page or something. Junebug. I try to stay clear of high voltage these days. Time to put that mammoth out to pasture well. Let's say that one. I don't at all blame you, especially down here on the water. I mean. Sure, it's dangerous, but this is where she lives. And what brings you down to the Echo tonight? Just tagging along. I always end up here eventually. The river is like that. Always has been. We picked you up at the Bureau tonight. Never seen you that far upriver before. I hope that doesn't mean you've been traveling on the Zero. Yeah, have you been there? The Zero? Oh, no, not me. This old river rat steers clear of weird highways. I've been traveling this river for more than half my life, more or less alone. I think I've seen it change quite a bit in all those years, but I can't say for sure. The water has a peculiar way of making a person forgetful. Some nights I remember a place, but it's full of strange, new people. And some nights I meet an old friend on an unfamiliar shore. I wonder which kind of night this is. Act 4, Scene 1. I could also use the taco. Cool beast. Really enjoying the art style. Yeah, I love it. It's a cool, very cool, like 2D, 3D kind of thing. Kate. Another new character. Kate says, how's that cold river spray treating you? I thought I saw you squinting. It's hard water, you know, hard on the eyes. It still irritates mine a little, and I'm piloting a tugboat through it 6 nights a week. Don't be too shy to close them in public. Your eyes, I mean. People will just assume you're thoughtful. You need tea. So, agroside agarita, definitely. Peppermint. Dried spring agaricus, milk thistle, and dried reishi. What are those for? How far are we from Dogwood Drive? What are all those for? Eye strain. Dried spring agaricus. Masks the taste of the rest of it. Dried reishi in particular has an eccentric flavor profile. It's mushroom based. I'm a big believer in the fungal pharmacy. How far are we from Dogwood Drive? The echo is dicey tonight. Bad luck for you. Except waves and diversions. Expect waves and diversions. Dogwood Drive is by the Silo mail stop. But we may need to spend some time on the indirect route before we hit your stop, okay? And there's other business. Mail to drop off, garbage to pick up, and a few favors to execute. All dotted on the riverbanks from here to there. Here to there. I hope you enjoy the trip on our little mammoth. Take advantage of all the amenities, fresh air, cozy bunks, hot tea, the video room. There are some pretty interesting tapes down there, actually. Unusual, I mean. Weird. Watch out that VCR doesn't take your hand off, though. It's untrustworthy. What kind of weird tapes? There's one with this woman. She's just, like, standing there, talking. But you can't really hear her. And there's this awful hum. See for yourself. It's down there somewhere. Hey, do me a favor. Go ask Will how the repairs are going. And if he needs anything. We're coming up on the next stop here. Just refueling and picking up a few things. I could grab a bolt or wire or something. Whatever he needs. Well, eyes on the road. Haha. Haha. What are you guys saying? And then I remembered the game Grim Fandango. Oh, I don't know that one. Art style kind of reminds me of Oxenfree, another awesome adventure game. Cool. Agar is also what you grow mushrooms on. An agar plate. Or petri dish. Cool. Pro tip, chocolate agar is not for eating. Lily, hi. Hi, this is my favorite act. Hope you enjoy. Heck yeah. Thanks, Lily. Hodor. Hey Hodor. Sup Hodor. Hodor. I guess I'll talk to Will. There's the mammoth. Will. Singing quietly. For we on mold and whiskey fed and... Oh. Wet gears. Wet gears? Probably. Who knows? First thing I tried anyway. Down here by this little blue box. I took all the gears out and dried each one by hand. Then I loaded them back in again. That took care of the grinding sound, but her trunk keeps doing the sparking, clanging, weeping thing. To be honest with you, I'm not really qualified for this work. Kate's a friend. You know how it is, don't you? Kate was asking if you need anything when we stop. Hell, I don't know. Scratch ticket? I think she means like parts or... Ah, I wouldn't know if I did. Haha. Haha. How do you and Kate know each other? So... Ever walk through rolling farmland? Sure, along the highway. Along the highway, that's what I mean. Or smaller roads. Well, I sure did. I slipped under or over fences, and I walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted, and tilled the earth with my toes. Hey, I should tell you where I left my shoes. Did you know I'm Did you know I'm a classically trained organist? It's true. Look at these long fingers and pedal gripping toes. It doesn't matter. A minor in French literature earned me a position teaching Artad Tozola at the university. Well, some shitty governor cut state funding for our department, and I was demoted to mopping floors, running wiring through walls or in dangerous places. I even operated the soundboard at the student theater. I left my shoes there, at the university. It was a protest. Walk without shoes for something important or tragic. I ended up by the shore, and soon I was drifting along the Echo. It ran for a while above ground then. It doesn't anymore. But I prefer subterranean waters anyway. Kate brings me along, and I record what I see and hear. I try to help with maintenance. I drop off the mail and pick up the trash. On occasion, I take the helm. Anyway, that's all I try to remember anymore. I listen to the river stories, and my own stories get fainter and fainter. Well, I'll just keep drying gears, I guess. Cool. I wish I had pedal gripping toes. Andy C, hello. Pit Chance, hello. What's up, dudes? Ezra runs up to Shannon. Whoa, slow down, it's slippery on deck. Do you have batteries? Yeah, of course. What for? Johnny said I could use his tape recorder, but it needs a battery. Oh, fun. Well, Shannon searches her pockets. Here's 4 different kinds. Surely one of those has to fit. Surely one of those should fit. Thank you. Let's go inside. Oh, whoa. I'm Ezra now. This is crazy. Hello, Mothman gang. Hello. Johnny to Junebug. Really? You were entranced. You don't remember this? Clara. It's okay, we've all seen lots of concerts. Cyrano opened. His tape machine was broken or something. It got real cosmic. Right, at the flower shop. I remember that show. Sorry, Clara. Well, you have a second chance to hear it tonight. Tezra. That was fast. Got the batteries? Let's see. Perfect. This one will do. So you hit this button here to record. Hold it right here so you don't cover the microphone with your hand. I bet you'll find a lot of good sounds just around the tugboat. There's plenty of tape in there, so don't be stingy with it. Just record anything that catches your ear. It really changes the way you listen. For the better, I mean. How long is the trip? Are you playing a concert tonight? I could record that. Oh yeah. Yeah, Clara came all the way from Lithuania just to do this Echo River gig. Haha, it's a tour. Tomorrow, I'll be in Nashville, and then Atlanta, and then over to the coast. Brutal. Well, we're lucky she's making a stop. Johnny and I saw her play once, and I remember loving it, and Johnny was moved. Speaking of Cyrano, it's his night at the rum colony. Kate said she usually stops off there. Junebug. Well, that's ideal. I'm supposed to meet a lady there to look at some old engine parts. About 3 hours ago. 3 hours goes fast at the rum colony, ma'am. I bet she's still there. I hope we don't stop there too long. My concert is soon. I don't want to keep them waiting. Nah, it's river time. Nobody expects you to be punctual. To Ezra. Hey, why don't you give that tape recorder a try? See if that cat over there has anything he wants to say. I often use found sounds in my music. If you find some interesting sounds tonight, you can help me out. Whoa. Cool. Yeah, Tigerman. This game is not what I expected from the previous section. It's all over the place. Yeah, it's pretty all over the place. But it's cool. Record the cat. His arm! Conway. Am I Conway now? Whoa. They got his arm too. Conway. I think last time we accidentally drank, no, the game forced me to drink this like liquor from these skeleton people, and now I owe them a lot of time in the afterlife. To me, the game is all about atmosphere, which it nails. Heck yeah. Totally. I like. I didn't like. I haven't realized like the last couple streams were like 3 or 4 hours, and it goes by so fast with this game. My cat is not okay with the meows in the background. No. Sorry, pitch hands. Conway. You know, it's the strangest thing. I can't remember why I came here. Came up here. Fresh air? Maybe. It's homey in that cabin, though. And warm. It's just that thing about, what is it? When you walk through a door? When you go into the kitchen for something, and as soon as you pass from one door into another, you forget what you wanted. You have to walk back out just to remember, like if you left a part of your brain behind. Hey, I wonder if I could follow that brain crumb trail, that brain crumb trail, all the way back to the room I was born in. Conway cranes his neck over the railing. Looks cold down there, and dark. You weren't in the cabin long. Get any sleep? You found beer. Oh no, Conway. There's a cooler full down there. They say it just floated by, if you believe that. Got caught on some netting, and they hauled it aboard. A bounty. Anyway, there's a sign by the cooler. Take what you need and leave the rest. Shannon leans over the railing and looks at the river below. There's all kinds of trash down here. Could have fallen off the hull back there. I think that kid was playing on the trash barge earlier. Should I be worried? I'm fine. Oh, I was talking about Ezra. It's good for him. It's important to know how to be alone. What's up, huh? You look like there's something you want to ask. Fine, you can ask it. One question. I thought you didn't drink. Do you really have to work at Hard Times? Oh, is Hard Times the skeleton thing, I think? Oh, hi Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Big Arm Boss. Hey, I'll take a bucket of Kentucky Route Zero original recipe and some biscuits. Don't forget the mashed potatoes. Fun theory, if I recall correctly, that's called the doorway effect and is an evolved trait. To clear the brain and look for threats upon entering a new environment. Interesting. I was a fan of Trash Barge before they hit the mainstream. Yeah. I'm gonna say it. Conway's he's not supposed to. He didn't want to anymore, I thought. Can you speedrun drinking water real quick? I'm the world's fastest water drinker. Sarah. Oh, Sarah, we called the bureau at the beginning. Like I called it on my phone that one time, but at the beginning of the actual game, it's like in game you dial on a phone. That's what you missed. Now do it glitchless. That was insane. That was some quick hydration. Speedrun making a burrito. No. Well, I didn't. I mean, I did, and then I didn't, and then I did again. That's how it always goes. I drift out, finally wind up back at Lizette's with my head between my legs, saying never again. 15 months this last time. I think I hung on because I knew there wouldn't be much longer. There wouldn't for much longer be anywhere to go back to. She went to live with her sister now, and she probably won't remember me for long anyway. One time she picked me up out of a ditch. Picked me up out of a ditch by the road. Blackout drunk at dawn. I came around later that night. She'd taken care of me. I told her I didn't deserve it, and she said I didn't have to deserve it. She sounds like a saint. We should all have someone like that. So you go to the distillery instead. She sounds like a saint. We should all have someone like that. Oh, you wouldn't say that if you knew her when she was younger. That girl was wild. I guess she's got her own problems now. I wish I could help out. Hey, maybe I could take some money and send it to her sister. Maybe I could make some money and send it to her sister. Maybe they'll keep me on at the distillery. I mean, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. I've got to repay my debt. Hell, I should be grateful for the opportunity. If you want to die with any dignity, you've got to settle up. That's why it's such a damn shame when people go sudden. Whee! Talentless writer. Trent just playing book simulator. This is just a book. Dimitri, no, it's a game. It's a game. The bureau is a lot of waiting. It's a book with pictures, though. Nah, he just be reading. This isn't a game. It is a game. It is a game. Why is the boat floating down a colon? It's not. It's the Echo River. I'm sure I talk too much. Everyone on this river does. The problem is we listen twice as much as that. We're only telling you half of the stories we hear. Kate told me I ought to have been a photographer. She said you have an uncanny way of having been in the place at the time the thing happened there. And that's the hardest part of taking a photograph anyway. Nice of her to say, but it isn't true. Though I know just about every story of this river. Most of them I've picked up second, third, or fourth hand, and so on. Listening, see? Now I know what you're going to ask, so I'm going to answer it. Yes, I'm sure they're all true. I personally believe a story gets more true as it's tossed around from brain to brain, and the whole community brings their insight to bear on the brittle facts of experience. There are a few Echo River stories I witnessed directly. I saw that big owl migration pass through. You might have heard about that. I was there when the old train station flooded. I saw the ghost of Stephen Bishop brew up a batch of white lightning on a raft. Or, anyway, I talked to a few sailors who'd recently crossed paths with him, and I suspect sampled his wares. One night when I was working on the Mucky Mammoth, we picked up a gaggle of passengers headed down to a mail drop by the silo of Late Reflections. I knew a couple of them in passing, a couple of traveling musicians whom I'd often encountered on the river. The others were strangers to me at the time. A young woman, a small boy, and an old man whose name I didn't catch. Oh, and a smelly old dog. We docked at a gas station so the Mammoth could refuel. Ezra stayed on the tugboat and looked around the map room. Ezra followed Junebug and Johnny into the gas station. We'll say that one. Act 4, Scene 2. A gas station. Cool. Kate, we cut it close. I usually find this place upriver. Everybody's on the lake tonight. Gas station moves around, running on fumes. Gas station moves around. Sure, it's not anchored or anything. Could be anywhere, up and down the Echo. You just kind of run into it when you need it, or hopefully a little before you need it. I usually stop here once a night, though, to be honest. I'm not sure it's even the same one. Doesn't have a name or anything, and I never really pay attention to who's behind the counter. Anyway, it's nice to see you two. Most of my regular passengers must have gotten held up elsewhere in their journey tonight. It's that storm, I think. Kate watching Ezra sprint past. Look at him go. That kid has a lot of energy. It's got to be past his bedtime or something, right? He's nocturnal. I don't think he has a bedtime. He's a maverick. Sounds familiar. Haha. You don't have any of your own. I mean, no, I guess not. I just realized you two come through here so often. We chat about all kinds of stuff, but I never thought to ask about family. We're all the family we need. Family. That's sweet. So how about that storm upstairs? Did you two get caught in it? I heard it kind of roamed around, uncertain. I'm sure we'll hear all about it tomorrow. Flooding, property damage, probably killed a few tomatoes. It's got the river churning and everyone headed to the lake here, where the water's calmer. I myself don't mind navigating a choppy river. Not at all. I've got a good feel for it. Plus it's better for fungal growth. High water consumes the cave moths, and their wet wings clump together into these little balls of nutrient-dense mushroom food, jammed by current here and there or between the rocks. You have never seen a mushroom grow like on a soggy cave moth carcass. Amazing. If I could have a day off, Val and I would be out there all day tomorrow to harvest. I mean it. They'll be ready by tomorrow. A mushroom will grow just as fast as you can pump water into it. Hey, are you two headed this way tomorrow? Maybe I could send Val ashore with you for a few hours. She's got a remarkable nose for mushrooms. You wouldn't even need to know what to look for. Put a bag around her neck and she'll bring them back to you. Yeah. No room on the bike for a dog, Cricket. We don't know where we'll be tomorrow. I might say that one. So the Colon River leads right to the gas station. It's all coming together. No. Next stop, Mud Flats. No. Great, now I gotta get some damn snacks. I think I'll say no room on the bike for a dog, Cricket. She could curl up in the sidecar. I'll sit on my legs. So I should get back aboard. No rush. I just want to brew some tea before we get underway. Headed into the station? Yeah, picking out a snack for Johnny. Or thought I'd grab some black coffee for the old man. He's looking a bit waterlogged. I'll say that one. Sure, don't want him falling asleep on you. Nah, he'll be all right. He seems like the type who can hold his liquor. Seems like he has a little experience. I mean, hey, while you're in there, would you mind the gas station attendant? This fuel is on my tab. Charge to the Mucky Mammoth. Oh, and Will wanted a scratch ticket. Thanks. Think I'll just watch the lake for a bit, ma'am. June bug. Oh my god, I made it. Tilted Cat, hello. Looking for crystals? Why do you assume I'm looking for crystals? I need a scratch ticket. What kind? Junebug examines the lottery display case. The one with the bats on it, the one with the Sudoku puzzle on it. The one with the grassy field on it, because he was talking about fields. Money minefield, okay. Anything else? Snacks. Sure, we have snacks. How about some jerky? It's homemade, not by me. Is that a reference to the beginning? Where that attendant makes the jerky? Give me them crystals. Oh, I'll ask about the crystals in a second. You work on the Mammoth? I can add it to your tab. Oh, you know the tugboat, the captain, Kate? Yeah. Said I'd have to remind you. Sure, they're here every night. It's okay. I have one of those faces. Forgettable. I wouldn't say that. It's okay. I've learned to accept it. In fact, I've learned to cherish it. There's dignity in being forgotten, letting the crowd flow around you unspoiled. I used to live in a city. I mean a real city. Cleveland, Ohio. I had some family money then. I didn't have to work. I lived in hotels. In daylight, I walked wherever the people were. My only duty was to the crowd. I was its observer, its historian, its detective, its poet. Well, the money ran out and I dispersed with the rest of them. Took my duties with me here, to Lake Leth and the Echo River. I live behind this counter, anonymous, invisible, but I live with dignity. And yourself? Sure, something like that. I enjoy the company of strangers. They enjoy the company too, as fleeting as it is, sufficient unto itself. Snacks are in the back there. Look. Junebug surveys a row of chocolates, licorices, cheese crackers, dehydrated, bleached, reconstituted, and colorized. That attendant is a trip. Letting the crowd flow through you unspoiled. Anonymous and visible, but I live with dignity, he said. A bag on the bottom shelf is decorated with cartoonish pictures of vegetables. Through a plastic window in the packaging, she can see puffed corn shaped and colored like carrots, tomatoes, and broccoli. broccoli florets, and a few puffy white discs that might represent potatoes. Who knows, maybe he's onto something. Somewhere in there is surely a perspective, in case the rest of the process hasn't done enough to stop the flow of time. One, what happens to a person to make them think that way? What has to happen to a person to make them think that way? She turns the bag over to look at the ingredients, but only finds a marketing blurb, inspired by real vegetables. Who's Norm? The brave little toaster? Wait, what? Oh, we're talking about movies? Oh, I forgot to ask the guy about the crystals. Dang it. Bo was Afraid. I still haven't seen Bo was Afraid. I really want to. I've heard good things. And Schenectady, New York. I still got to see that too. Norm 2 attendant. Shit, that flood water washed you halfway out to sea. I was looking for you down by New Konigsberg, same as usual, but ain't nobody there, and the river's deep as an elephant's. Oh, didn't see you there, ma'am. Pardon my language. What, elephant? Alright, you're no paper flower, I see that. Sending his hand warmly. I expect you must be Loretta. Enchanted to meet you. Sorry I'm late. Hey, is that coming on too flowery or something? Enchanted? Repeating it now, I feel a little silly. I'm not Loretta, but I think I know what you mean. I think you'll do fine with Enchanted. Enchanted sounds pretty old-fashioned. Let's say that first one. I'm not Loretta, but I think you'll do fine with Enchanted. Well, thanks for saying so. But now I'm double embarrassed. Do I look like her? To be truthful, I couldn't tell you. I met Loretta on the computer. We met each other there. Or I guess we spoke through the computer and agreed to meet. I don't know the terminology. I haven't dated in quite a while. Back when I met Greta, that's my wife. Excuse me, my ex. Or maybe I am her ex? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, back then there wasn't ever even such a thing as computers at all. I guess there probably was, but I'd never heard of one. I work in textiles. So here I am. So what's your plan when Loretta shows up? Oh, maybe head down to the rum colony. Shoot, I forgot to ask if she likes to drink. You really never know these days. I guess first I should ask her about that. If she doesn't like rum, I'd try to take her to the bat sanctuary. That's pretty romantic, in a sense. Like misty valleys and ruined churches romantic, not like flowers and chocolates romantic. Of course, they've got that memorial down there. That's a little depressing, actually. Maybe we kind of sail around that. Damn it all, I guess I probably missed her. I wonder if she'll agree to meet again. I'm sure she'll understand with the weather and all. Yeah. Nice of you to say so. Well, I guess I'll head on back. Hey, supposing Loretta doesn't want to meet me after all. My card is full. Oh, no, sorry, that's not what I meant. Actually, I wanted to ask you for some advice. I had to type up a sort of autobiography for the computer date, and I spent a lot of time on it, but I only got one reply, and that was Loretta herself. I was happy to meet her, but supposing she's lost interest now. Do you think you could maybe give me some feedback? It's only a paragraph or so. I have it all memorized. I spent so damn long writing it. Okay, here's how it goes. I'm a good-natured man, retired, and spend most of my life sailing the Echo River, riding curtains of subterranean gas, and that strange invisible wind that moans out of the small tunnels along the bank. Seeking a companion to map the river with me, I have 2 grown children, but they live far away. No goofballs. Okay, what do you think? The thing about the wind is a little much. Why mention your children? What was that about goofballs? I mean, like, serious inquiries only. Worried about people wasting your time? You might miss out on some really great goofballs. Haha, you might be right about that. Yeah. Seems good to me. You'll be fine. Alright. Thanks for your help, ma'am. Really renewed my confidence. I'm ready to head back. I'm ready to get back on that computer. You have a good night now. What's left of it, anyway. Calvin! Hi, Calvin. What have I missed? Maybe you really want rock candy. Haven't had that in a long time. Me too. Oh, I went back way too far. Oops. Oops. Calvin, why are you talking about my hometown? Schenectady has almost nothing to do with the town, it's just there for the pun. The place beyond the pines actually takes place and was filmed in New York. Oh. Calvin. I can't get the crystals. Oh, can I? No. Dang, I lost that dialogue option. Sorry, everyone. Johnny. Sorry, Cricket. Nothing good on offer. Not even those little gummy pomegranate seeds? I didn't look. It's okay. I'll go check. Wish me luck. Good luck. Oh. We're playing as Johnny now. Do you carry those little gummy pomegranate seeds? I had 3 boxes at the beginning of this week and they're all gone. Can't keep them on the shelves. To be honest, our whole inventory is pretty low right now. There's a delivery boat that usually swings by earlier in the night, but I guess something came up. Where are you headed? Helping some new friends make a delivery, or along for the ride anyway. Just following Junebug. She was here a minute ago. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling you two might be traveling together. I never travel, but I do love travelers. That's what I like about this job. The travelers come to me. Meet some interesting people. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I meet them, but I do sell them gas. Well, let me know if I can help you find anything. Darn, can't ask him about the crystals either. Al, glory it is to be glory it is good to be among friends. Suit yourself. What are you so excited about? Oh, I should take a page out of your book, man. I'd give you any advice I could, little guy. But I think the most important... I'd give you any advice I could, little guy. But I think the most important thing I can say is... Glory, it is good to be among friends. Oh, solemnly. Glory, it is good to be among friends. Helps to keep things in perspective, I guess. It's a ritual of remembrance for me. Tonight particularly so. It's my birthday. I am 5 years old. Do you know why I say that? Well, I'm gonna tell you. 5 years and some days ago I set out on the Echo River alone, or so I thought at the time. I was looking for an ice floe. They are occasionally rumored to travel our humble arteries on their way from whom knows where to who knows where. Who knows why? It's a mystery. An hour into the journey, my lantern gave out. Now I always carry 3 or 4 spares. You'll never catch me in the dark again. Lesson learned, buddy. But oh my god. Oh my god, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Holy crap. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, oh my god. Glory, it is good to be among friends. Woo! Tyler Perkins got one. Ruby got one. Tigerman got one. Dadzuki got one. Dalabar got one. This is Patrick got one. Toby got one. Jennifer got one. Ashlyn got one. Skabop got one. Heck yeah. Gotta head to work. Enjoy the stream, everyone. I'll catch the rest of it tomorrow. Heck yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Oh my god. Thanks for the donation too. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And welcome to all the new members. Glory, it is good to be among friends. Gaming. Well, welcome to the team, new folks. 10 new people. Heck yeah. That's awesome. But that night, when that lantern went out, I was stuck in the dark. I kept my arm extended, running my fingers along the cave wall, trying to keep my bearings as best as I could, and at least make sure I wasn't going in circles. I just prayed I'd find another traveler who knew the way back to the lake or above ground, or even just a crack in the rocks to get a glimpse of moonlight. I had a large bag of apples with me. After a long while, maybe a day, I was getting weak. So I took my hand down from the rock to tear the bag open. Well, when I reached back out, I couldn't find that cave wall anymore, or any other. I was totally unmoored, buddy. Totally adrift. And it was so dark. I started counting time in apples eaten. I drifted in despair for 4 apples. Then I schemed and planned and dreamed for 2 apples. Finally, I came to accept my fate, lost at sea. And this phase, I think, would have continued indefinitely had I not come down to that very last damn apple. Picture me, feeling around in the empty bag, certain that somehow there was another one of those fist-sized chunks of life-giving fruit, already softened by time and probably an unappetizing brown. Nope, that was it. Just as I was about to bite into my last meal, I felt a tickle on my upper lip. It hatched right then. Couldn't have been a moment later, I would have eaten it. My last apple was infested by a damn fruit fly maggot. No. Well, that should have been the end of it. I should have eaten that apple and that fly while I was at it, and put an end to our little food chain suicide pact. But I waited, out of mercy. After all, this fly was basically a newborn child, right? A gross insect child, but still a child, right? Born into darkness and famine, hungry and alone. I mean, can you imagine that? No other flies out there on the boat, and never would be. No other flies to welcome him into the world. I mean, no fly culture, no fly society, no fly history, a true orphan. I started to get depressed just thinking about it all. Worked out a thick tear, I'm not ashamed to say. Well, that fly landed on my cheek, right above my left eye, right on that salty teardrop, and then blinding glory. His ass lit up like a candle. It wasn't a fly, buddy. It was a damn lightning bug. So that's how I'm here today with you folks. Only because I found my way out of that strange river cave by the dim-lit rear of some orphan insect hatched from my last rotten apple. Glory, it is good to be among friends. Heck yeah. I wish I was a gross insect child. Hello, Trent. Hello, everyone. Hello, Chaos Smith. Hello, hello. Did my Johnny talk your ear off out here? Big plans for the night? Wait, who's saying that? Oh. She's like talking to the dog, I think. Big plans for the night? So I think we'll just see where the river goes. And at what pace. Me and Johnny should probably start looking for a place to stop and recharge for the day. Let's say that's the first one. No sense in rushing it, right? Can't rush the river. Look like you got that figured out already, Val. Yeah. Junebug. My new band, Gross Insect Child, is looking for a bass player. That guy's a trip. That gas station attendant. Did you talk to him? It's funny. He actually reminds me of that frog we had for a bit. What? The frog you had? I like to think he was a part of the family, you know? Okay, so how does that gas station attendant remind you of a frog? He seemed more like a cat to me, the attendant, I mean. Oh, I don't know, because he liked to talk, I guess. Maybe we should pick up another one. A frog or a cat or an iguana or something. What do you want a pet for? Feeling lonely, Cricket? Maybe a third person to travel with? Huh. Now that would be a whole new adventure, wouldn't it? You and me were good together. Safe. Free. You know what I mean? We can try stuff out. Change our clothes. Swap parts around. Just play. I'm not lonely, just curious. With another person to play with. What else could we be? You might be right, Cricket. I don't think that's a good idea. We can keep it in mind. Let's not rush into anything. Yeah, you're right about that, ma'am. No rush. Oh, that's Kate. Time to hit the road. River, I mean. Woo! On the zero. See that small brick building? It used to be an upholstery shop. Now it's inhabited by a very skilled taxidermist, whose art is greatly in demand. When it was an upholstery shop, it didn't see nearly as much business. The old shop's name has been lost to time and weather. This was decades ago, and the only trace of it now is the grayed frame of an old sign behind the new lettering, which now reads out Trapper, Stalker, and Sportsman. And then below, smaller, no specimen is too exotic, no arrangement too fanciful. Some of the upholstery equipment is still there, too. It still sees active use. Elise is the new resident artist, though she's not the owner of the shop. It's owned by her Aunt Ida. It's owned by a reclusive ex-convict named Judah. I'll say that one. That's interesting. Very little is known about him. His crime is generally assumed to be violent or otherwise gruesome in some detail. Though, of course, that's all speculation, and probably comes from his association with the taxidermy business. Even though he never so much as skins a squirrel. He's more like a silent partner. I guess those are the ones you're supposed to keep an eye on. But Judah is old, and he keeps to himself. And the consensus seems to be that he's paid his debt to society, whatever that debt may have been. Shannon retreated to the TV room to browse the Mammoth's video collection. Shannon followed the other travelers ashore to the drowsy beachside bar. Ooh. feel like we should look at the video because I feel like it might be someone we know. I'm not sure though. Act 4, Scene 3. The Mucky Mammoth. Ooh, little bug. Two little bugs. Cat. Dog. Eject. Search. The shelves are full of dusty tapes. Some have been relabeled several times. The stickers piling up. Oh wait, I just realized I'm blocking this a little. Oops. Shoop. Tiny. Sorry about that, dudes. The shelves are full of dusty tapes. Some have been relabeled several times. The stickers are piling up thick on their spines. Birds, funeral thing, weather. Birds. Birds. I wonder if I'll get to see it. Watch. Oh. Blue black morning swings through the screen. The bird watcher tramps through dewy grass. He stops with a wet grunt and rests the camera on a pile of rocks. Birds from Great Distances, Episode 12, appears briefly on screen. He twists the lens by hand, pushing the frame past trees, onto a road, and coming to a halt zoomed in on a fuzzy, fist-sized artifact resting on the momentary stroke of a telephone wire. Shannon and the bird watcher observe. He breathes heavily, and she holds her breath, like she's afraid he might hear. Afraid of distracting him or being discovered and contaminating his perfect isolation. Traffic picks up, indifferent, as the sky lightens, and the black smudge in the center of the frame gradually becomes more prominent, but never in any greater detail. That's enough of that. Search something else. Question mark, that's new. I want to see funeral thing. I'm curious what that is. Wet grunt. I had the same question. Oh, I must have missed that. A wet grunt. Wet grunt. An elderly couple sit on folded chairs in the middle of a TV studio, undecorated except for a funeral lily in a thin blue vase on the table. The lights are a bit too dim to make out their features. She reads from a newspaper with unhurried efficiency. Gloria B. of Munfordville passed on Monday at her residence. Survivors include her children, Dakota, Montana, Minnesota, and Bobby, all of Munfordville. A memorial service will be held at 7 p.m. Thursday at Hatton Huffman Funeral Home in Munfordville, with cremation to follow. She never knew Gloria. He thinks he may have heard the name, wondering aloud if she ever worked in a cafe down there in Munfordville. The woman who ran the place was once called Gloria, or maybe still is. They take a call, someone who knew Gloria B., if not very well. The caller once installed a satellite dish at Gloria's house, a 900 square foot ranch-style home on 2 acres at a dead end, backed by weeds and pine. When the caller mounted the ladder up to Gloria's roof, she slid open her window and tugged urgently at his pant leg. He followed her gaze behind the house to 2 wild turkeys picking through the weeds. Gloria and the caller watched, silent and still, as the huge birds foraged obliviously into the trees. Then he installed the satellite dish. Sad. Alright, well, we gotta see question mark, question mark, question mark. Surely nothing weird will be on that. Watch. Oh, maybe art thing is what we have to watch. That awful hum. It seems to start before Shannon even hits play. Then there's the familiar room. There are the blank gray walls marked with tape and school desks. And this time she notices a few more details. The murky carpet like standing water. Some video equipment stashed in the corner. A row of lockers. And there's Weaver, looking serenely at the camera. As before, she starts speaking, and as before, there's no sound but that hum. Shannon finds Weaver's words coming back to her as they appear in captions on the screen. Mail, school, and these magnificent, tragic horses. Go underground as deep as you can go. The air is cool and the earth is damp, and when you close your eyes, you are surrounded by the dead. Remember where that is? You'll find your way from there. I think this place is what you're looking for. Some of it will wash away soon, but I think you'll be happy here, even without the mail, school. The text repeats for a few minutes, and Shannon stops the tape. Huh. Oh, there's other people. Could go to the main deck. Maybe I'll watch one more. I want to see what art thing is. Art thing. Watch. At first she thinks the video might be paused, but on closer inspection she can see the edges of the frame shrinking inward around the chairs, desk, and loose gray furniture on a sterile waiting room. She watches for a while. She's not sure for how long. Several minutes. The frame tightens so gradually she sometimes forgets it's happening at all, and finally rests on an oscillating desk fan. She ejects the tape before the next part of the triptych begins. Okay. Okay, I think now we will... Or maybe I should watch all of them. Maybe not. What has happened to the characters? What do you mean? I think the other people are off the boat right now. Artificial mayo. Hey Trent, it's me. Fun fact, I am from Kentucky. It really does look like this. Whoa. Thanks, artificial mayo. Cat. You can't pet the cat. Or the dog. See if I can talk to the lady in here. Or Will. Kate and Will. Can you only play as Johnny and Junebug, or who are you playing as? I suppose if they're not on the boat it makes sense. Is the skeleton still your crew? Still your crew. Um, it kind of shifts whoever the narrator is. So it's kind of whoever you're playing as. I think right now we're Shannon. Um, but yeah, can't pet cat or dog. 0 out of 5. Do not recommend. Can't pet a dog. SMH. Did I miss any action? Travis, we watched some videotapes, and they went to a gas station. Junebug and Johnny. K2L. No, no, it was only a few notes. Slow and sad, like funeral music, you know? I don't remember it being sad. It's just simple and unburdened. Maybe that's what funeral music sounds like to me. Unburdened. Will to Shannon. Oh, hello. Kay and I were just trying to remember the Mammoth song. But neither of us has heard it for years. Will just found the mechanism. In the mammoth's belly, hidden in gritty, matted fur. Ha! It's like a big music box, a slowly spinning cylinder covered in metal pins that pluck her dulcet guts and pump the bellow's inner bowels. But some of the pins are rusted and worn away, easy to replace if we can remember what the notes were. Did I hear you browsing the archive next door? Find anything good? Where did all those videos come from? People just left them on board. Passengers, I mean. They used to all be movies and that kind of stuff. I like nature documentaries especially. Some people left home movies or little art videos they'd make, but that damn VCR devours anything you leave in it. It just switches into record mode at random, I think, and picks up whatever's coming in over the antenna, of course. Of course, the only station we get down here is that WEVP, community television, you know. They've got that show with the gentleman playing banjo in his birthday suit. I'm sure you've seen it. Oh, yes. And if there's no tape in that machine, then it tries to start recording. It makes this awful sound, like putting a squeaky toy in a food processor. I can hear it above deck. Awful. That's why I put a sign up, please do not rewind after watching. At least that way nothing gets taped over anymore. Where's the station? WEVP. I don't know. Will? I don't know. I guess I never thought of it. It must be nearby, right? It is community television. Dashiell would know. Yes. You should meet Dashiell. He did a lot of volunteer work for WEVP in the early days, wiring up antennas and relays, stuff like that. I think you two could have a lot to talk about. He works at the telephone exchange. No, I'm afraid he's been let go. Oh yeah? That's odd. He still takes the ferry to work every day. I'm sure he's at the telephone exchange right now, in fact. I dropped him there a few hours ago. We're stopping at the telephone exchange again shortly to deliver the mail and pick up the trash. You should go ashore when we do. Ask for Dashiell. Okay. Oh. Cool. I rarely miss a chance to lounge on the beach around the old rum colony. And I do enjoy a drink, though I don't find their signature liquor suits me. But this time I elected to stay aboard and shoot the breeze with Kate over some mineral water. Still, I heard reports. So this is Will. Cool. I didn't know who our narrator was. I heard that old man went deeper in his cups. No. Ezra told me about the dark corners. Junebug missed an appointment, but didn't seem perturbed. I'll say that one. I'm sure those two were more eager to listen to the house band. I can't remember who was playing, but Patch always has someone in to tranquilize the crowd. Oh, if we're talking about the rum colony, I should tell you about Patch. He's the bartender, general manager, creative director. I guess that means he books the music. He pretty much he pretty much runs the place for the last several. He's pretty much run the place for the last several years. A lot of folks assume he owns it, but that is not the case. The rum colony is owned by a dead man named Vernon. Technically, it would be owned by the power company, who once bought a sizable interest from Vernon as part of a state-sponsored investment program. But a clause in that arrangement requires them to keep their hands off the day-to-day, and most of the profits. So long as Vernon walks this earth, the upshot of all this is that nobody can come forth to identify the body. Patch is a good guy, though. Kind, trustworthy, and he mixes a strong Mai Tai if that's your thing. First a rum diary, now a rum colony. Oh? Valkyrie and Blue lounged below deck. Clara, Kate, and I stopped to do some business by telephone. I'll say that. Act 4, Scene 4. A phone. A phone. I guess we're gonna be here for a minute. Looks like they have a few calls to make. What are you going to do? Yeah, that's a good question. I just thought I'd stretch my legs, on firm ground. I didn't realize this place would be floating on barrels. Back when I was driving long hauls, that's the real big trucks. Now, I sometimes wouldn't leave the cab but to pump gas. I took my meals in there, I slept in there, changed my socks in there, the whole thing. So one time I was hauling a bunch of big spools, telephone wire I think, actually, up from California into Washington State. You know where that is? It's way out on a map. It's kind of to the left of here, more or less. In between California and Washington, there's a place called Oregon. And you can't pump your own gas there. Yeah, they have a guy who does it. It's called a gas jockey. And you better not open your door or they get all suspicious. I drove through California into Washington and I refueled in the middle, in Oregon. So I didn't set foot out of my truck for the whole day. When I came out of that cab, the ground rushed up like it missed me. Give me a big old kiss right on the chin, right there, right here. What I'm saying is, hell, I forget. What am I talking about? What is this guy talking about? Do you like Kentucky chicken? I guess so. I suppose. It's important to take breaks. Watch your step getting out of a truck. You can't pump your own gas in Oregon. It's important to take breaks. Exactly. Don't forget that. And don't say I never taught you anything. Well, I guess I'll head back aboard. Might see if I can find any of the good stuff stashed maybe in the spice cabinet, maybe in the medicine cabinet. Haha, that's where it belongs. Hell, who am I talking to? Don't listen to me, kid. I'll see you in a few. Conway, no. Uh... Whoa.
I remember driving across an old dirt road. My birthday party at McDonald's in Hawaii. I got a toy that I didn't like. I broke it.
This is cool. I like this.
Getting caught at the jungle trip. Probably crying so that monster truck rally that my parents take me out. I mean, this was one of those two.
The bear. There's just a bear in there.
Seriously? Whether I wear boots or sneakers, my feet always feel damp. Cold and damp. Well, I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me
Pit
why
chance.
I can't sleep.
I have that number saved.
It seems like
I'll say it in a
it's been a
second.
long time.
I'll say it in a second.
Like it's been it just I have to sleep now.
Love the voicemails. So the phone number for the Bureau of Secret Tourism is, get your pens and pencils handy, 270-301-5797. You can call the Bureau of Secret Tourism yourself. I'll read it again too. 270-301-5797. I have it saved in my phone because it's cool. I'm just gonna keep. I want to keep listening to these. Oh, thanks, Skin.
A house in a rustic county, Maine. I was 2. We were moving, and we were driving up in a white Nissan station wagon with faux wood paneling. And it was the first time that I'd seen the house that I was gonna live in for the next 7 years. Being washed in the bathroom sink. I was just catching my car. I had to parallel park it. The street that I live on was full, but there was a but it just got cold today for like the first time in a long time. So I had the heat on. And whenever you have the heat on in an old car, it definitely smells a certain way.
Oh my god.
It smells kind of like it almost smells. You can like smell that it's hot. Oh, probably going to school. I can't sleep because the trees are scraping against my window, and it reminds me of a tongue scraping against my skin.
YJL, hello. Just dropping by. Hope all's well for you, Trent. It is. Thanks for stopping in. It's a cool number to call even if you don't know the game. Yeah. I'd call just to hear someone's voice.
What? I'm about to cross an ocean. I worry about my dog. Can't sleep anywhere near a place. The gas is full. Not when it's being sold, when it's not being sold.
I wonder if these I wonder if these are messages you can leave if you call the number.
Not a whole lot. I guess I was walking. We were sent for. End of new messages.
Or I wonder if they were at a certain point. Now that's using your noggin. Don't you go diving in too. It's actually really cold and kind of dangerous. Did he say where he was going? He said he was looking for the good stuff. I see. Still thirsty. Kate keeps some diet soda in the broom closet, but you didn't hear it from me. It's next to the bleach. Bring a flashlight. Oh no, I don't think that's what he's looking for. So, any important messages? Every single one. Ezra, where are you headed tonight, small man? I don't know. Good for you. We met Ezra earlier tonight, and he's been very helpful. I'm hoping we can return the favor once we get back above ground. Poor kid was sleeping at the bus station. Just lost track of his folks. He'll be alright. He's more at home down here than any of us. Trust me, I have an eye for it. Summer. Kate, thanks for calling. Hope I didn't wake you up. No, I can't really get comfortable enough to sleep anymore. Except in the car. Oh, not driving, in the passenger seat. Reclined. Eric drove me around the reservoir this afternoon and I got an hour or two in. I couldn't get settled in bed, so I was just watching TV, some cooking show about high concept junk food, and everyone from my high school chemistry class was there, making cupcakes out of old bicycle parts. I think I might have dozed off a bit, actually. Honestly, this baby can come out whenever he wants. I'm completely over it. Don't rush it, just try to get some rest. Yeah. That's what Eric says. Haha. I guess it'll happen when it happens. I mean, obviously it. Phone line makes a horrible sound. Whoa, God, the phones down here are such a mess. Hey Kate, I really appreciate you checking in. I have your pager number, and so does Eric, just in case I'm too distracted or whatever. I'll let you go. I should try and eat something. Reishi will help your joint pain. Try some of that lichen oil I left, just to help settle your stomach. Munch on a bitter hedgehog cap. That should relieve some of your intestinal discomfort. Maybe that. Oh, dang. Okay, thanks. Maybe I'll just chew on some ice. Talk to you soon, Kate. Hopefully. I only sleep while driving. Just checking in on a client. Did I mention I'm a birth doula? Is everything okay? It's like a nurse, right? Well, no. I don't have any formal medical training or licensing. Just a lot of experience. I think most women who hire me mainly want someone in the delivery room who doesn't treat childbirth like some kind of disease to be cured. I mean, no hard feelings against doctors, but they have their own process, and it can be pretty alienating sometimes. How does that fit with being a tugboat captain? Some women choose to come to labor on the boat, actually. For the rest, I have a backup, just in case I can't get back to dry land in time. I've been lucky and only had to lean on her a handful of times, out of several hundred births. You never believe how many people are just born all the time. Your friend went back aboard? He's drinking a bit. Don't worry, he doesn't know about your soda stash. He's been drinking a bit. Oh, I should have pointed him toward the head. We need the true emoji from the Discord here. Discord. What is my true emoji? I don't remember that one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can try and add that one. Nadia. Nadia, I'm glad you phoned. I was just thinking of you. Sorry I didn't call this week. I've been traveling constantly. That's fine. I visited the hospital yesterday. I went to visit Uncle Andreas, and they moved him. But they moved him. Now he's in hospice care, in a hospice care facility run by some old Polish nun. Everyone says it's very nice. I asked them about visiting, and they said they didn't want any visitors. They said he didn't want any visitors. He's just being stubborn. Yes, it's typical of Andreas. I was thinking maybe if you came to visit, he would see you. All those afternoons, you two would go drinking beers by the river. Don't you think it would mean a lot to him if he could say goodbye to you in person? We must take him at his word. Well, Nadia, I'd never make it back in time anyway. It's true, you're a long way from home, Clara. I suppose it couldn't be helped. Oh, here's Mother at the door. We're going to try again to see him. I hope the tour is going well. Love you. Be careful. Who is Clara? I don't remember Clara. Clara. Oh, I think she's just someone on the boat with us. My sister back home. She's very depressed. She's very depressing to me this morning. My uncle Andreas is terminally ill and refusing visitors, and Nadia is making a stir about it. Doesn't bother you that your uncle is refusing visitors? I'm sorry to hear. Are you close? Yes, but only recently. He lived abroad for most of my life. I only met him a few years ago. My sister is older, so she knew him as a child too. So I think her respect for him is distorted by sentiment. We must always take the dying at their word. Their motivations are beyond our understanding. The older man, he's swimming back to the Mammoth. No emergency, I hope. He's looking for the toilet. Oh, I hope there's paper. It's been a busy night. I hope he finds it before we embark. He seems unsteady on his feet as is. Brandon approaches. I don't suppose any of you folks are headed to the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces? Not on this run, but we'll be coming back this way in a few hours. Can't get a hold of your ride? Yeah, my mom usually picks me up from work, but I got wrapped up in a card game and I didn't call her in time. I hitched a ride this far, but must have been quite the card game. Did you win anything? Yikes, stranded? It's no big deal. I'll just hang out and read or something until it's time to head back to work. Hey, you folks are traveling with that old guy, right? With the leg? Is he okay? I saw him earlier tonight. He came by the storage facility for some files. He totally bit it on the staircase. He's okay though, right? Oh, yeah. I remember. We saw that guy. He's okay though, right? I think so. I don't know him too well. He's just a passenger. Sure, he's been drinking a bit. You know how it is. I'll say that second one. Yeah, you'd have to be to dive into the echo like that. Haha. Well, have a good night. Or morning, almost. Guys, the sandwich command is broken. That right there is Ratliff Monuments. If you ever need a headstone carved for a loved one, I mean. Violet Ratliff, never married, nevertheless bore 6 children: Earl, Kelly, Barb, Ron, young Earl, and Beauty. And for each birth, she locked the doors of Ratliff Monuments for only 1 day, even with young Earl, when she was in labor for 36 hours. Well, that's what folks said, and I met her, and I believe them. She had the unyielding disposition of a cliffside. None of Violet's children had any desire to go into monument making. Earl was more interested in car speakers, Betty thought it was coolish, or Beauty thought it was coolish. Barb was never good with her hands. She ended up reading scripts in a call center, where she only occasionally has to press a button or take down an order. Mostly she just talks and listens, which suits her well enough. The run of the shop fell at last to young Earl, the only Ratliff still at the home, when his mother finally passed at 82, and who then had the honor of engraving her headstone. He's done well for the most part. The shop was damaged in a flood several years ago. The showcase, a mock cemetery out front, was mostly washed away. Stone monuments, bobbing violently in the first torrents of the flood, eventually sank and spread along the channel bottom downriver. An elongated graveyard for no human loss, visited by eyeless fish and adorned with indifferent wreaths of algae. If a few stray stones ended up at the bottom of Lake Leth too, we'll never know. Young Earl is the last of his short line, professionally, and there's nobody around qualified to carve his monument, so he's already claimed one of those at the bottom of the river for himself. Damn. There is a place in Kentucky called Radcliffe. Oh, cool. Thank you, Artificial Mayo, or our resident Kentucky resident. Ezra taught us a card game. Shannon, Ezra, the old man, and I stopped at the Radvansky Center to make some quick cash. Whoa. You the man, Trent. Thanks, hey lady. Hi, hey lady. Act 4, Scene 5, was it? The Radvansky Center. I heard they had some kind of derby down there. Oh. I have no mouse. Oh, I do. Mimi. Good morning. Jen. Bags isn't feeling well. Long night. Poor kitty. What are you watching? Security tape from last night. Daryl left the lights on again. Should we slash his tires? I'll leave a stern note on his desk. Spare the rod. What are we doing today? Right, this is weird. You know that old vending machine? The one that only has tomato juice? No. The old one. They just stopped refilling. Remember? We rolled it out onto the dock last August and some scavenger stripped it for metal in the middle of the night. Daryl cut his hand cleaning up after them and it got infected. Remember? No. Okay, anyway, the rest of it ended up in the coat room until finally Daryl was piling it into a big bag for the trash barge to pick up. And he came across this box lost behind all the junk. Check it out. This looks old. Yeah, there's a bunch of videotapes and completed questionnaires. I looked up the reference number and it's never been processed. So I guess that's what we're doing today. There's no date on it. We'll have to make one up. Unless there's some footage of a calendar or something in here. Jen flipping through questionnaire. I guess these are the old tests before we started doing video exit interviews. That's annoying. Yeah, let's see. How did we do how did we do this? I'll run the tape, you interpret the questionnaire, and I'll type it up. Oh. Ooh, interesting. I have no mouse and I must click. Bunch of horses tripping over the mud. Hi, Landon. Narissa, what's up, Trent? What's up, friends of Trent? What's up, Narissa? Travis, why did you steal a pack of gum? Jen, the modernist bookshelf with the fancy vintage turntable. So ostentatious. So Daryl. What? That was my bookshelf. Oh no, haha. But you like grew out of it or something, right? And ended up in the lab somehow? I keep my books in a pile now. It's easier to find what I'm looking for. Never, what shelf is that book on? Only, well, it's somewhere in the pile. Pragmatic. Oh, Andy C. Whoa. Andy, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Andy. Sarah got one. Travis got one. Gin got one. B. Buster got one. The other Travis got one. Travis Reed and Travis Naus. We did it, guys. Woo. Heck yeah. Thanks, Andy C. Thank you so much. Thanks for gifting out those memberships. Welcome to the new members. I think you're all regulars here. But members once again. Wow, I haven't seen that poster in a while. I think that was mine from college. Yeah, definitely. Alright, Daryl swapped it out on the redesign. Now it's... What's there now? Yeah, that's weird. I can't picture it. I mean, I can picture the wall, and there's definitely something hung there. That's gonna bug me. Want me to go look? It's just down the hall. Haha. No, it's okay. Hodor needs in. Oh, my light turned off. So I think I'm Shannon. I think I can just wander around. Maybe? Oh. Hmm. This should be some basic information and the first control test. Subject's general disposition. Jen looks over the questionnaire document from the envelope. Question, why are you here? Response, it's a scheduled ferry stop, not my final destination. The other passersby said we could make some quick cash taking these tests. Pragmatic. Demographic category. What's the first thing you remember? Remember birdcage. I remember a box of small gears. Remember spilled orange juice. Birdcage. Mid-20s. Do you think we should use the old categories or the new categories? Oh, right. Will the computer even take the old ones? They're still in the menu. Okay, in that case, put in precarious. Sure. Oh, I forgot. Name? It says Marquez on the file. Whoa, Marquez? Are you sure? That's what it says. Do you know her? That can't be. No, that's not her. Did she come alone or with a group? I don't know. There's an extended monitoring tape up here too. We could check on the dock when she showed up. Ooh. Mimi. Oh, it's. Wait. Who is that guy? The guy in the hoodie. What? I've never seen him before. Really? He looks so damn familiar. I thought maybe he was a former intern or something. He's a little old for that, right? No, I don't recognize him. Sorry, you're all deja vu this morning. It's spooky. Sorry, just one of those days, I guess. No, definitely not. Oh, she's traveling with one of those creepy distillery guys. Him? Nah, he just looks like some old drifter. Maybe you're right. It's too hard to tell in this light. Huh, I guess the old man is on dinghy guard duty. A noble assignment. So, who was this lady? Oh, right. Well, do you remember WEVP TV? No. Okay, it was a community television station. The Consolidated Power Company had to fund it as, like, a punishment for owning too much of the broadcast spectrum or something. Oh, they used to screen your videos, right? Yeah, it was like a co-op. I did some maintenance, and they gave me a slot to show my work. And they had that naked banjo guy late at night. Yeah, that's mainly what everyone remembers. I guess their whole mandate was community expression. Well, he was certainly expressive. Oh, it was WEVP, the one that the flood, right? Yeah. Damn. So Shannon Marquez, did she have a naked banjo show too? What? No. Let me guess. Which of the following sentences best describes you? I grieve for fading. Oh my god. It's so depressing. I grieve for fading memories. I am haunted, unable to forget. I grieve for fading memories. She did the weather? No, I've never heard of Shannon Marquez. It was Weaver Marquez I knew. She worked at the station for a bit, and then she left on kind of weird terms, actually. Anyway, where are we? Where were we? Okay, do we rank her from the control test? Without turning around to look, please describe the following objects. Bookshelf. Oh, I don't know. I can't see it. I didn't even like look at it. I'm just guessing. Reminds me of a department store. Poster. I remember it was scientific. I have a poster in my workshop, a vintage advertisement for vacuum tubes. Yeah, I'll say that first one. Lighting. One lamp. Average, I guess. Average, okay. Oh, it was kind of close. Weaver lore. Weaver lore. Deep as the Mariana Trent. Wet grunt makes my skin crawl. No one wants to play bass in a band called Naked Banjo Guy. Oh, more memory stuff. How many pictures did she remember? 2, or actually maybe 3. What? She wrote down orange, strawberry, guava. Guava? I think she meant the pear. See, that's why I hate this test. There's so much fruit that basically looks like other fruit. Oh, guava. Wait, what? Does a guava even look like a pear, though? I don't think I've ever seen a guava. I thought they were pink. I don't think I've ever seen a guava either. They're just pink on the inside. You wouldn't confuse a real guava for a real pear. But in one of Daryl's crude watercolors. But I can still clearly tell that's a pear, even on video. Yeah, you and I can, but we already know that it's a pear. She could be remembering wrong or just identifying what to her is much more likely to appear in a painting based on any number of cultural, social, geographic, you know. She didn't say anything in response to help clarify. Let's see. Please describe in detail any sensations that accompany your memory of the pictures. I remember the way the fruit tastes. The guava is just like candy. It's almost unnatural. I'll say that one. Not really, just some sensory memories of guava. I guess we should just skip the pictures. That's a shame. It's really hard to measure memory degradation in some of the later tests without this one as a baseline location updating scenario. I've been saying we should just use photographs. Watercolor paintings already have the quality of a half-remembered dream anyway. Like they're inviting you to forget them, or somebody else already forgot them for you. Like a mama bird feeding her chicks cotton candy. Photographs are... It's not that they're really more accurate or true, but we think they are. They put you in that mindset. They have authority. Oh yeah. Out with the watercolors, I say. So yeah. But then poor Daryl will have nowhere to exhibit his work. Jen makes a noise. Cat. Patrick, me too. I love the soundtrack. That's how I found the game. One of the songs was on my Discover Weekly, and then I was like, this is awesome. And then I was like, oh, it's from a game? That's how I found it. Cherub Coat, what song is that from? Because I know it. I can't think of it, though. Jen, look who it is. Oh, I missed that kitty. I forgot what became of the white one. Her name was Coconut, and she disappeared without a trace. No. Easy come, easy go. I wouldn't say easy. I had to leave food on the dock for a week before she'd come inside. She only stuck around for a month or two. You probably saw quite a lot of her. I remember you were working nights then. She was a nocturnal creature. That's right, I remember. Wait, can I pet the cat? Please. Please. No. 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 This game's evil. I just want to pet the cat. What's the timer for? I don't know. Oh wait, I clicked on the test, right? Huh? Do I give the cat the paper? I do. Can you pet the cat? You can feed the cat. Even better. Wait, I don't remember this test. Oh. Did we cut this one? What's the questionnaire like? No, this is just sometimes I can't make it in for a few days. I might leave a note to feed the cats. For the test subjects? Wow, how do you know they'll do it? I write it on university letterhead. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. Wait. Cherub Cow, I think I know the exact song. I think I know it. Yeah, I must know that artist. Yeah. Jen, that's unethical. At least I don't use university property and research equipment to make weird video art. Ah, well then I contradict myself. I wonder which is the nobler transgression. I'll settle that question. It's nobler to feed kitties. No, I want to pet it. Pet the cat. I do everything I read on university letterhead. Oh, darkness, my old friend. I've come to pet the cat again. Oh. Oh, okay. This is before the CD players. I hope she remembered to rewind. They never did, and Daryl would be in all night, rolling all these tapes back one by one in his little Walkman. He still has that thing. He says he uses it at the gym, but I think he's too attached to his old mixtapes. He is so sentimental, our Daryl. These tapes had sounds from my apartment building. Did you know that? Oh, I thought it was stock sound effects from the library. Yeah, the CDs are, but when it was on tape, Daryl had me borrow a tape recorder from the music department and go collect them myself. He showed me a first draft of the questionnaire. I think some of them are still in there. Like, what were you thinking about immediately before listening to the tape? Response: I was thinking about my friend. After the tape ended, how quickly did your thoughts return to that subject? I never really stopped thinking about it. Right, I don't really get the point of that question. I think it's just supposed to be set a baseline for the introspection index. So all the doors opening and closing, those are all from your apartment? Most of them, yeah. Others were from the basement. We have these rows of storage closets down there. None of them are locked or anything. It's just like this weird row of doors. They're not even marked or differentiated. You have to keep count as you go and remember which one is yours. Mine is number 8. I went down there a little tipsy once. Sunday cleaning. A few glasses of wine. Anyway, I accidentally opened number 9. It was full of mice. Like for a computer, I mean. They're all neatly arranged on shelves, organized by some unscrutable quality, cables tied with Velcro. The neighborhood mouse hoarder. A collector, I think. I guess he lived next door. I told Daryl we should add a question, something like, while listening to the tape recordings of doors opening, if at any point you have any expectation or visualization about what might be on the other side of one of those doors, please write it down. First door, I thought it led outside. I was just curious, I guess, since it was from my building. Like I had a strong sense of where these doors led, just by hearing them. But is that just from memory, or is it inherent in the sound somewhere? Interesting. You should write a proposal grant. Oh, I wouldn't want to step on any toes, university politics. Oh, here's another extended monitoring tape from the waiting room. Boo Radley boo. Busy night. Ooh. There he is again, sleeping. Where do I know him from? It's going to drive me up a wall. Does he work at the university? Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I think he might. He might have worked there a long time ago. Maybe when I was an undergrad. Ah, the Paleolithic. I thought he looked a bit rugged. That's right, Jen. I went to college during the Stone Age. What was your major? Fire. I don't think he was a professor. Maybe staff? It's been so long. Sometimes I wish I'd just barreled through, like you did, instead of taking time off before grad school. I'm sure it was the right thing to do at the time. Yeah, or the only thing. I was such a mess. Did I ever tell you about that? My boyfriend died suddenly in my last year of college. Oh, poor thing. It's okay. It was a long time ago. But yeah, it really shook me up back then. He was studying aviation. We were both really into experimental music. We took a few art classes together. That's so sad. Sorry, never mind. No, it's okay. That's the thing, actually. I mean, that's what shook me up about it. It was just this random accident that never should have happened. And so sudden you never could have seen it coming. He was back home visiting his parents and he fell off a roof. Damn, I know what you mean. You can't predict that kind of thing. What do you call it? Freak accident kind of thing? My psychiatrist says it's why I'm such a pessimist. Well, I think you're remarkably upbeat, all things considered. I mean, that whole thing with your boyfriend and the roof. But also what happened to the TV station. Acts of God. You think? No, I mean, that's what you call it. That's what you say when it's nobody's fault. Fire is good. Is Trent a Junji Ito fan? Of course. Back in Massachusetts, I have the book Shiver. And then I read one of his shorter ones that's like it might be in Shiver actually, or it's a different one. It's about a guy who's like in a chair. He like hides like in a chair. It's really creepy. Junji Ito's awesome. Amazing artist. Amazing. He's such a good storyteller too. Eyelashes. Dude was climbing on roofs. I don't think I believe in that. What? Acts of God? Yeah, but there has to be a word for when something completely shitty happens for no reason, right? I guess it's kind of archaic. Jen flips through the questionnaire. First, please use the blank space below to describe your general feelings about television. If you have difficulty summarizing your emotions succinctly or have too many different feelings to fit in the blank space, you may also use the back of this paper. Television is my preferred window to the world. I spend too much time watching television. I have mixed feelings about television. Can I look around now? I have mixed feelings about television. You were asked to watch several videos. How many of the videos did you just watch? Did you watch? I'll say all of them. Speaking of the TV station, you were saying something earlier about that other Marquez girl? Oh, right. I was talking about Weaver. Weaver lore! Weaver lore! Yeah, what exactly happened to her? You said she left on weird terms? Yes, well, so actually she just stopped showing up. That was pretty normal. It was all volunteers, right? Community television. Yeah, people didn't really give much advice. Sorry. Yeah, people didn't really give much advance notice. They just got bored and drifted away. It was more like an art project than a job for most people. Weaver Marquez helped manage the archives, like filing and sorting old tapes of broadcasts. I think she was pretty smart. She probably could have been more help fixing equipment or something, but she seemed content to just organize tapes. Nobody ever talked to her much, so when she left, no big deal. Then a couple months later, we started getting these bizarre interventions. Weaver lore. People love to put television down, but we're just good friends. Television man. Gotta scoot. Okay, enjoy the rest of the stream, everyone. Bye, bye, Boo Radley Boo. Thanks for tuning in. At the beginning of the video, you were asked to make note of a memory from earlier in the day and associate it with one of those objects from the table on the screen. Which of the objects did you choose? The feather. I'm just like guessing. Was this object present on the second on-screen table after the camera passed through the doorway? I forget. I don't think so. Someone would be doing a show in their normal time slot, and then suddenly the feed would cut. We'd still be broadcasting, but our signal was totally jammed. Oh, like interference? I mean total blackout. Then this video would come on, clearly shot in the studio at some point, and it was her, Weaver Marquez. She'd be standing in the middle of the studio facing the camera. Like the video we watched. Question. The camera focused on a table, passed through the doorway, then focused on another table. Which objects present in the first table were also present on the second table? Video is too blurry to make anything out. You should have these VCRs professionally cleaned. I'm writing my number on the back of the page. Sorry, I kind of spaced out on that slow pan through the door. I didn't even notice the tables. I'll say that first one. It's a bit fuzzy in my memory, but I do remember the sound. This awful hum. Like, that was how she did it. She made a hum so sinister it drove our signal into hiding. Oh. The video began in one room and passed through a doorway into another room. In each room a piece of music was playing. Was it the same piece of music in both rooms? No, they were different. Was the music in the first room optimistic or pessimistic? I think the music was pessimistic. Music in the second room, optimistic or pessimistic? I'll say pessimistic again. Then there were these on-screen captions. exactly the same every time. I don't remember what they said. Something creepy. Wow. Question. You were asked to make note of a fond memory from childhood and associate it with one of the objects on the table on the screen. What object did you choose? Feather. Was this object present on the second on-screen table after the camera passed through the doorway? Not the same one, but another one sort of like it. We had a title maker at the station, but it was a different font. I guess she recorded it at WEVP and then took it someplace else to add the captions. I don't know. We all did a lot of speculating about how she made the video, why she made the video. Yeah, why not just broadcast it normally? It was community television, right? Couldn't be any worse than Naked Banjo Guy. Yeah, exactly. Some people thought it was a protest or something, but I know she didn't have anything against the station. To me, it felt like kind of urgent. Like she would have done her broadcast through the proper channels, but something came up, a crisis or something. The camera passed through several doors with inscribed labels. Please write down the sounds you heard as the video passed through the doors with the following inscriptions. Travel. Wings beating. Nourishment. Chunk of coins in a cup. Sleep. Diesel engine idling. How often did it happen? A lot, dozens of times. It went on for years. We even thought about asking the local police to look into it, but it's so hard to locate a pirate signal. I mean, it could come from any direction, you know? It's all just waves. Exactly. Naked Banjo Guy mentioned again. Question. The video began with footage of the outside of a building and then entered the building. Was it day or night outside the building? Let's say it was night. When the camera exited the building again, was it day or night outside the building? It was day. Weaver's video showed up again right before the flood, actually. Actually, I think it might have been the last thing we ever broadcast. Right. Okay, location updating effect on emotional memory. Subject is hurried but not sleepy. Probably just came in a little depressed. Just record this whole set as is with a note like, was not yet adjusted for time of day or weather, so it'll need to be thrown out. Damn, this is taking a while. Daryl will be heartbroken if this is the only box we get through today. The poor thing. He's like a paper butterfly. I would say a moth. Oh, look, can you read the date? Damn, I can't read it either. It may not have even been current. I remember for a while we had a calendar like that, like years behind. I think Daryl liked the picture. What was it? Best friends. Every month there was a different pair of animals that were friends. That's adorable. I think I'm going to be sick. You don't remember that? That weird intern brought it in from home. What was his name? Who? Oh, you remember? He was always like, I mean, we would make fun of him for. Damn, he's almost completely gone from my brain. So many interns coming and going. I guess I didn't even bother remembering their names. I wonder who was working back then when this was recorded. Is there a tape of the monitoring room? Yeah, here it is. Oh, before we check that out, did she flip the calendar forward or backward? Forward. Okay, weird. They usually flip it backward. Benadryl candies have kicked in. I'm going to meet the Hat Man. Bye bye all. Good night, Travis. Sleep good. Beaver lore. Beaver family. Oh, Andy C with the beaver fact. Whoa. Beaver families are territorial and actively use mounds of mud, leaves, and sticks covered in pungent oil secretions to defend against encroachment of other families. Interesting. Thank you, Andy, for the beaver fact. I have to sleep too, but this has been great. It is almost 2 in Kentucky. Oh, good night, Artificial Mayo. Thanks for tuning in. Always love a Trent stream. Thank you. Peace out. Bye. Bye, Artificial Mayo. There she goes. Wait, do you think... Did she follow them out? Oh, well, here's the last extended monitoring tape from the dock when they left. See, told you he was one of those distillery guys. I guess you were right. Those other guys came back to pick him up for work, maybe? I don't like how they all hang out together. They're creepy. We hang out together and work together. Yeah, but it's not... They're like more than coworkers. I don't know. I just get this awful feeling whenever I see them. Like I knew them once, but not anymore. Like when they make up a dead person and to look like an old photograph of themselves. Sort of familiar. Sort of strange. Yeah, exactly. There ought to be a word for that. Oh, shoot. Bye, kitty. They look like nice enough people. I'm sure she's very happy with them. Yeah. Whoa, somebody left a scratch ticket in this file. Money Minefield. That's the one we chose. Do it. Okay, let's see. $5. This is the greatest day of my life. Oh wait, it's expired. Like really expired. Damn. I'm over it. So, this has been a bit of a memory trip for you, huh? I bet you didn't expect these old tapes to stir up so much. How does it feel for these people to come up again? Weaver Marquez, Wise Will. I mean, and what was your boyfriend's name? The one that died in college? Charlie. Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet experience, actually. Like looking at photographs of people who've died or moved away. People that are gone. Gone but not forgotten. No, not forgotten. You're right. Ooh. Cool. Stretch for a second. Just found where my cat stashed the miniatures I've been painting. No. Really wish he'd leave them alone. Oh no, at least you found them, Pitt. John Smokin', are you winning? I think so. Maybe. Look at those easels and tables on the beach over there. They call it an open air gallery, or probably something more upscale, like al fresco galleria. They say it's a popular design in foreign cities, like Paris and New York. That may be true. The appeal is clear enough, I guess. Anyone can wander in and out. There aren't any walls or doors. There's no roof either. Just a kind of thin cloth membrane. Not quite a sheet or a tarp. Just more like a drape of rolled out spider web. looking like it might bunch up and dissolve if it ever got rained on. No concern down here for rain. Everyone thinks they're inside, just because they can't see the sky. But it's a microclimate down here, and it sure does rain. Right now they're exhibiting some intimate photographs of small town life. The highlight of the show is a large print of an old man's face. There's one of a small girl playing in a puddle. Pictures all sort of run together. I'll say the second one, that sounds funny. She's got her back to the camera and she's fussing with something, looking at her hands. Maybe she's stuffing a message in a bottle or folding a paper boat. Reviews have been good. It's a popular show, probably because of its relevance. The town depicted in these photos was very recently flattened to make way for a big museum project. I took a nap. Ezra helped Kate forage for mushrooms. I'm going to say I took a nap. Act 4, Scene 6. The Mucky Mammoth. Kate. Hey, just a quick one here. I'm going ashore to do some mushroom hunting. This little island is my favorite spot, and I figured we're already running late. What's one more unscheduled stop? I just need to find Will and get him up here to keep an eye on things, you know? I bet he's asleep. Could you run down and wake him up for me? Bunks are down in the lower level, right next to the map room. Thanks. I can do that. La la la. What's this? Oh. Hmm. How do I get down? Front. Or in here? Here we go. The Mucky Mammoth. Trent's actually a top tier competitive player of Kentucky Road Zero. He's won the last 4 Kentucky Road Zero championships. Will, I found him. A recorded lecture plays from a tape machine next to Will's bunk. Lecturer. Oh, you can kind of hear it. And even hinted that he had in mind a design for his device. This device, as recorded in the diary of sundry observations. It's a little too quiet to hear, so I'll just read it. Why should personalities in another existence or sphere waste their time working a little triangular piece of wood over a board with a certain lettering on it? The whole business seems so childish to me. If we are to make any real progress in psychic investigation, we must do it with scientific apparatus. Again, for Edison, a technical solution to every problem. He goes on to suggest the parameters of the apparatus and, yes, a question in the back, James? Indistinguishable. Yes, this idea of personalities lingering after death does appear to be in conflict with Edison's theories about what he called life units, the subatomic entities that animate matter and then scatter to other configurations when a person passes. But given Edison's emphasis on memory and cognition, remember we're talking about the inventor of the phonograph, and his colorful description of the swarm of interchangeable drone-like, Edison even uses the word proletarian, life units animating the human mind. His theory naturally posits any individual life unit possesses on its own some fragments of memory. So according to Edison, when life units recombine from, say, a soldier into, say, a flower, we may be able, using some apparatus, to coax out from the flower memories of war. The tape stops. Got all that? Will wakes up. Well, hello, small man. You caught me in my pre-dawn nap. I try to sleep in little nibbles when I can. It maximizes my time in the threshold states. What were you listening to? Well, I used to work at a university. I'd always eavesdrop on lectures through the ventilation system. Anything and everything. I'm a polymath by nature. An old friend recently found this box of tape-recorded lectures next to the dumpster there, and passed them on in the spirit of fondly recalling better days. This one is History of Philosophy of Death. Yikes. I play these old tape lectures during my little nibble naps to absorb the information more easily. It's pretty effective. I wish I could do everything half asleep. Can't say I learned very much just now, though. I may have been too busy dreaming. A vivid narcotic fantasia aboard the... But those are always the quickest to dissipate. I'd better tell you about it now, before the spell is broken. Will takes a deep breath, focusing on the task of recalling his dream. I was small. Not a child, an animal, maybe. I patrolled the corridors of a great iron ship, searching for scraps and mice, I think, and crying, always a weak and mournful mew. Other crewmen slumped in odd corners or lay drunk on the deck. The hull smelled of shame, defeat, and rot-gut corn whiskey. They dumped artillery into the water, tore their fangs into cloth scraps, and made handkerchiefs to bury their sobbing faces. They drifted on Lake Lethe, drinking the cold black water and eating eyeless fish raw when they at last ran out of cooking fuel. They seemed in their despair to forget even language. After an interval of years, the ship crossed the threshold into absolute silence. Silence, except from my hopeless whimpering cry. Anyways, that's all I remember. Sorry you had a bad dream. Oh, no, not bad. Unsettling. Puzzling. But thanks for your concern, Doc. Well, I've got a stew to start. You may want to hurry back above deck. I believe we're about to pass the bat sanctuary. It's quite a thing to see. Cool. What are y'all saying? Flowers with memories of war is how Plants vs. Zombies starts. Should we tell Will that he can go sit in any university class he wants for free? Wow, I knew he was the top Kentucky Route Zero streamer, but damn. What's the latest with the clay things you made a while ago? Oh, I mean the little guy in the chair I turned into something I used for a video, and I will probably use in the future for videos. The little guy I did paint. All that's left. The ear is not. The ear has not been painted. The mug is not finished, and neither is the little frog. But three of the things are done. I didn't even know I got gifted a membership because I fall asleep to these streams sometimes. Great moves, trying to keep it up. Heck yeah. Thanks, Gabriel. Gabriel. I missed a video, or was he in the cop one? Oh no, maybe you missed a video. I have a video called Living in the City, Scary Neighbor. I'm probably going to do similar ones to that style. Just a little guy. Little guy, small animation, ranting about stuff. Did the little guy meet his upstairs neighbor? No, not yet. Okay. Kate came back from her mushroom hunting excursion with a small basket full of oddly colored caps and stems, no doubt delicious to a morsel. Of course, she intended to use many of them in her medical practice, to ease the pain, nausea, and anxiety of pregnant women. But I can usually rely on my charms to snare a bite or two. I have no preferences when it comes to mushrooms, by which I mean I treat them all interchangeably. I prefer not to know their names or qualities before I cook them up and eat them. It's useless after all. They escape your erudition, as the fella says. That's a good mushroom hunting island, I guess. It's plenty damp, and they've got the cypress trees there to grow on. Of course, they're not indigenous, the cypress trees, I mean. Everyone down here seems to agree that they were planted as some kind of marker or memorial. And most people will tell you they've got a distant relation or acquaintance who helped dig a hole or water a seedling. But nobody remembers what it was all for. And nobody left a plaque or anything. It's a shame. Looks like it must have been a lot of work. Well, at least we have the trees. And the mushrooms. Shannon helped me fix up a mushroom stew in the kitchen. Shannon and her friend set out in the dinghy to deliver a package at the telephone exchange. Yeah. Act 4, Scene 7. Echo River Central Exchange. Yay, random unidentified mushrooms, yay! Okay, thanks for your help. This is about as far as that tugboat can go, You know, noise and lights disturb the bats. I usually send Will, but I thought you'd like the chance to meet Dashiell. He's the guy who worked at the TV station, WEVP. So you'll pass through the bat sanctuary, which is really nice, by the way. Be sure to check out all the plaques and stuff for cool bat facts. Plenty of time. Anyway, the Echo River Central Exchange, or Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. They changed the name when the power company took over. Anyway, it's just on the other side of the bat sanctuary. This package is going to Poppy. She's an operator. The operator. We'll meet you on the other side at Sam and Ida's for our scheduled early breakfast stop. Just follow the river. Can't miss it. Oh, I almost forgot. You may or may not be interested. There's this kind of weird memorial sculpture on your way in, just before the bat sanctuary. I always recommend people at least stop and take a look at it. It's really sort of, I don't know how to say it. You should check it out. Okay, bye. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Sarah has linked it. The Living in the City video. And my bed will watch later. I'll also hit the like button. Thanks, BitChance. Sign. We claim these helmets in the name of the folks who wore them, and we place them here in their memory, but also as a spit in the greedy green eye of the power company who bought up the old mine and traded our brothers and sisters' safety for a little more yield, but only yielded 28 good men and women dead when the walls collapsed and the tunnels filled with water. Their lungs were black, but now they're washed clean and full of water too, and swept through the hidden tunnels into some awful cave we will never find, and so we guess the water buried them for us, so let this be the marker for their grave. Oh, and if any son of a bitch from the power company wants to take back these helmets as company property, just you try it and see what will happen. Hey, Elkron, that's the mine we went in, where your folks worked. Looks like it's been this way for a while. I sure as hell wouldn't mess with it. You think whoever wrote it is still that angry? I don't think anyone ever forgot. Well, I don't think you ever forget anger like that. Sure, angry, mainly just hurt. I'll say that first one. No, I guess you probably don't. Look at all the helmets. This probably stirs up. I mean, how do you... It's fine. I'm glad this is here. People should remember this happened. I'm glad this is here. People should remember this happened. Well, here we are, remembering. And I don't know it the first time around, but here I am remembering it now, and that's a fine memorial, I guess. I'm not controlling the boat. It kind of just goes. I can control where the light goes, though. I think. Oh. Uh-oh. Tell me, what? You're looking at me like I'm crazy, haha. Just sometimes I forget I don't really know you that well. Are you feeling okay? Oh, sure, it doesn't hurt anymore. My leg, it's just kind of numb, like it's not there. My shoulder too, actually. That's an old one, though, from an accident. I'm lucky I just have some nerve damage there. Probably should have been a lot worse. You know, those guys from the distillery are just making the best of a bad situation. Just like the rest of us. Hey, one of them said to me earlier they could even help me take care of these medical bills for my leg, you know? Get it all together on a plan, consolidated. Well, when did you talk to them about that? That sounds like a really bad idea. I'm gonna say that. Hey, if we can find her, maybe Weaver could get you out of this thing with the distillery. Oh, maybe I'll say that one. Oh, sure. Could be. Anyway, I have a feeling it'll all work out. Even for me. Hey, why not? Seems like you're getting pretty close to finding your cousin, right? And besides that, you're young and smart. Plenty of time to bounce back from whatever. Listen, that old truck I've been driving belonged to my boss, Ira. Lizette's husband. To be honest, Ira didn't like me very much. But somehow Liz got into her mind that he would have wanted me to have the truck someday. Maybe to make up for all the yelling he did, or maybe so his ghost could hold it over me. Just one more thing to feel like I owed him for. Anyway, they got their own trucks at the distillery. And now that the antique shop is closing up, I've got no use for that old truck. I was thinking you could take it. I barely know you. That's very generous, but I don't need a truck. Sure, I could keep an eye on it for you until you get straightened out. Sure, okay, sounds good. Hey everyone. Midnight stream much? Max Castile, what's up? Nathan. Pirates. It wasn't pirates. I hope Trent kisses a skeleton in this game. No. No. Visitors to the Echo River, Kentucky striped bat artificial hibernaculum and sanctuary are also asked to take extra precautions in order to prevent the introduction of foreign fungal contaminants and the spread of white nose syndrome. Please do not visit the sanctuary during the time of day in which you've been visited any cave or known in which you visited any cave known or suspected to host bats infected with white nose syndrome. Please do not leave your vehicle. If you must leave your vehicle, please remove shoes, clothes, jewelry, headwear, and eyeglasses to ensure you do not bring any foreign spores ashore with you. Please do not touch any bats or structures. The Kentucky striped bat is confused by light. If you are using a lantern or other artificial light source, be aware that it may attract and confuse bats. If you're approached by bats, do not panic, relax, stop your vehicle, switch off your light, never touch a bat. Should I just fully turn the light off? No. Not waffle. I don't even know anymore. This game is a lot of things all at once. And hi, Linnea. Oh yeah, no spoilers. Don't get it spoiled for you. Bad fact. Oh wait, I should turn the light off. Ever talk with your mouth full? Bats do it all the time. Bats talk in extremely high frequency clicks, too high for humans to hear. Then they use their powerful ears to scan for the echoes of these ultrasonic clicks. By comparing very subtle differences in the time these echoes take to come back, differences of just millionths of a second, bats are able to picture their environment with enough accuracy to catch a flying insect. Once a bat has caught an insect in its mouth, it's still flying, and so it still needs to avoid running into anything. So bats keep clicking away even while they munch on a tasty bug snack. It may be poor table manners, but it's crucial for surviving in the dark. I wonder how the other bats know whether one of them is really talking or just chasing a bug. I think when they're actually communicating it sounds more like singing. Sometimes it's hard to know with people too. Oh yeah, like, how about this weather? I guess there are layers to it, right? Sometimes you just need to get the other person talking so you can find out, you can check their body language or hear what their voice sounds like. Find out if they're friendly or angry or drunk. Haha. I'm gonna turn the light off and see what happens. Oh, I guess I need it on to move. That makes sense. Bat fact spoilers. Didn't someone put night vision cameras in a bat sanctuary to find out if bats actually do run into each other? This is hard. Oh no. Oh, I can't read that. Oops. There's so many bats. Umbrella. Sorry, bats. Oh, gotta read the sign. White nose syndrome is still largely a mystery. We suspect that the white fungal growth which appears on bats' faces and wings irritates and confuses them, causing them to awaken early from hibernation and venture outside, depleting stored energy they need to survive through the winter. But biologists are nowhere near curing the disease. It spreads quickly and it is highly fatal. In this way, white nose syndrome has drawn comparisons to colony collapse disorder as suffered by bees. White nose syndrome and colony collapse disorder are sudden, violent, and mysterious. Will honeybees and the Kentucky striped bat be two more lost species wiped out in geological blink and forgotten to natural history? It's possible that a cure won't be identified in time, so the sanctuary of this artificial habernaculum is our best hope of preserving them. As you leave the Echo River Kentucky striped bat hibernacularium and sanctuary, please make sure your vehicle and clothing are free of hitchhikers. Nathan, I happen to be the foremost expert on Kentucky striped bats. Spent 9 years researching them. Not very interesting creatures. Oh. Oh, dang. Telephone pole. Recently heard a story about some National Geographic like photographers that waited outside this huge bat cave. And when all the bats woke up and left the cave, they pooped all over the photographers. No. Whoa. Central Exchange. We got a hitchhiker. This guy's following us. Whoa, who are these people? I'm going to take a quick restroom break, but I will be right back. Okay. I'll be back in just a moment. So I'm going to grab some water. So we'll put Kirby on the mic. Kirby on the mic. Okay, I'll be right back. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Whoop. Too high. Shoop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the heck? Hi, everyone. All hail King Kirby. Andy, thanks for the $5. Thank you, Andy. Kirby gets the donuts. Kirby. Kirby in the chair. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, Cherub Cow, thanks for the $5 too. Whoa, thanks, guys. Thank you, Andy and Cherub Cow, for the fives, both of y'all. I really appreciate that. Thanks, dudes. Okay, back to the game. Careful up there. Can't drive your new truck if you slip and break your legs. I'll be careful. You try to not make any more bad deals while I'm gone. Haha, I'll just be floating along down here. I mean, just keep your eyes open. Don't look back. Flora. Oh, hi. I remember you. Do you know who the telephone operator, exchange operator is? Thinking, I don't know what that means. I'm just exploring. I like dark underground places. I'm a romantic. Really? What does that mean to you? It means I like poems and rivers and mysteries. Okay, bye. Dashiel. There he is. Dashiel softly. Could be bypassed with another capacitor and 100 nanofarads to reduce noise. Are you Dashiel Morse? If your circuit's too noisy, you should tie those floating pins to ground. Huh, that's a pretty good idea. They're probably picking up all kinds of radio interference. Dashiel Morse, pleased to meet you. We don't install this type of phone for customers anymore, but there are quite a few of them still in circulation. Anyway, the new system doesn't source enough current to ring these old bells, so I'm just trying to come up with a workaround. Maybe a little box the customer could attach right before the wall jack. A bit of a circuit geek myself. So you do still work here. On the tugboat, they weren't totally sure. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm here just about every night. Is this your first time down here? Yeah, I can tell. Your eyes can't quite adjust to the light. It takes some practice. Believe it or not, I've been coming here since I was a kid. For one reason or the next. Back then, this place was a train station. It's true. They had bats then, too. But they were considered a nuisance. What did you come here for as a kid? Train station, what happened to it? Well, the river shifted and this place slowly filled with water, carrying the trains away with the current. It does that, the river. And I don't begrudge it. It's a good reminder that everything we have is borrowed, even trains. Eventually, someone at the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces heard this place was still empty, so they moved the telephone company in here. I returned here as a young lineman, a skill I picked up in wartime, running telephone wires behind enemy lines. We used trees instead of poles. I missed that, actually. They were easier to climb. It's just as well. I'm in no shape to be climbing anything these days. The closest I get is patching up the wiring in the crystal room for the WEVP folks. WEVP is the TV station, right? Kate said they're the only one who can tell where it is. Tell me where it is. You're the only one who can tell me where it is. Yeah. Oh, maybe they should print some maps. It's not really supposed to be a secret, but it's not common knowledge either. That must be why they're always short-staffed. Haha. Listen, miss, if you're interested in WEVP, you should go talk to them directly. They're always looking for volunteers. Take the ferry over to the silo. There's a mail stop there. They don't have a sign or anything. Just ask around. I guess I'll get back to this damn old ringer. Poppy's just a bit further down if you're dropping off that package. Nice chatting with you. Oh, plaque. Abel and Eloise, the lovers' couriers. Bred for racing, Abel and Eloise spent most of their lives as carrier pigeons in the employ of the Echo River Avian Post. They retired here after Abel was disfigured in an accident with a light aircraft. But old habits were hard to die. Abel and Eloise would pick up scraps of paper from the ground, the trash, even pull them out of pockets, and deliver them to other people nearby, to delight or embarrassment. Word spread, and travelers passing through this tunnel began to come prepared with love letters, poems, and other written desires to pass along indirectly through these pigeons. After a hard day's work, Abel and Eloise would always be found nestling together in a disused newspaper stand set aside for their habitation, and that's where we left them. I support this midnight stream, but I have work in the morning, so I'm gonna go beddy bye. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks, Max. And thanks for the gifted membership. Woo! Wait, what the heck? Max Castile was gifted a membership by Max Castile? Wait, how? What? I've never seen that. Holy crap. Historic moment. I've literally never seen that happen. Well, Max, congratulations on being gifted a membership by Max. That's awesome. Poppy. Just set it right over there by the lamp, sweetie. Thanks. Actually, just a minute. Who does that parcel claim to be from? Label. Oh. That's weird. There's no label on it. Well, if we're lucky, it's chocolates from a secret admirer, and not a snake from an assassin. So who are you? Do you work for the post office? Or the tugboat? I only ask because I haven't seen you before. Was that you I heard chatting down the hall? I'm just doing Kate a favor, dropping off this package. Kate, I love Kate. She helped deliver both my nieces. One in a hospital and one at the base of a mossy, moonlit oak. It was beautiful. I love Kate. I think Loretta's granddaughter used her too. Oh, Loretta used to work here. Actually, I think quite a few of our former operators have relied at some time on Kate's services. Nathan, thanks for the gifted membership. Thanks for gifting out a membership. Christ Chan got one. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Thanks, Nathan. Max got the look of the draw. Thank you both for gifting out memberships. Max to himself and Nathan to Christ Chan. Whoa. Christ Chan, welcome to the team. You can use the channel emotes now. Poppy, well, I guess they'll have more time with their little ones. As you can see, all their chairs are empty. Oh, about the other operators? Oh. It wasn't always like this. When I came to work at the Echo River Central Exchange, there were 12 of us. Loretta, Edna, Meg, Cara, Marie, Lois, Liz, Hester, Angie, Wilma, Connie. I was number 12. Connie and I were hired on the same day, but she showed up early. Marie finished college, and Hester was fired for snapping at a rude caller. But he had it coming, and I hear she did just fine on her own. So they hired Beryl, Jana, and Sachiko, which brought us up to 13. And that was as many operators as we ever had here at one time. The power company came along, buying up all the lines, and one day they took the exchange as a throw-in, like it was nothing. Nothing, and they started phasing us out. Edna, Meg, Kara, and Lois left one Friday evening and were asked not to come back on Monday morning. Beryl saw the writing on the wall and quickly found employment at a private PBX. They had Jana and Liz stop routing calls and write up some kind of best practices document instead. It was their final task as exchange employees. Some of the girls were reassigned to other divisions. Connie, I think, was checking residential meters. Sachiko and Wilma were moved into energy sales, cold calling businesses to see if they needed to upgrade their electricity plan. At least they were still on the phone. Then it was just Loretta, Angie, and me. We were swamped. The hours were hell, and hard on the throat. The voice with a smile became a croak. I was gargling warm salt water in the break room, sipping from a thermos full of hot honey broth stashed under my chair. Oh, I brought a lot of the extended technique to the switchboard in those days. Oh. Lois. Sounded pretty good to me. Yeah, I'm impressed. He's got the voltage too high, he'll burn the relay. So where was I? Hot honey broth and salt water, extended switchboard technique. It was all about timing your breath. Some girls got lightheaded doing too many calls in a row, with that upbeat dynamic inflection they made us use to keep everything intelligible. It was very physical. So after a few months it was just me, a new automation strategy was announced, and this place was rechristened Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. Are you lonely? If it's automated, what do you do here? It's not fully automated. There are still gaps in functionality that need a human touch. And you know, it really is all about touch here. Sound is vibration, a touch you feel in your ear, so my voice is my touch. When we're talking, we're touching, even on the phone. That's an electric touch, an intimate little shock that makes your tiny hairs tremble. But that's not even what I mean when I say it's all about touch here. When the power company first tried automating this old exchange with fancy new transistor arrays, the switchboard caught fire. It was just too much, too fast. Then they tried using some clunky old mechanical relays, but then the calls were getting mismatched and out of sync. It was a nightmare. The technicians determined that the phone system down here had been designed ad hoc over decades around the specific tempo of its human operators. So short of replacing the whole thing, not to mention all the wiring, they'd have to figure out the exact timing of every little human gesture that goes into routing a phone call. And that officially is my role here. I run the switchboard from the whole exchange. Once the work of 12, I'd like to remind you. They have some kind of machine somewhere that tracks how long it takes me to do every little thing. The caller never hears my voice now. They dial, my little indicator light switches on, and I make the connection. Do you miss talking to callers? You know, there's something that bothers me about the process, besides the fact that I'm training my replacement, who isn't even human. Here's what I mean. How long do you think it should take to time my every move to recreate that timing in an automated switchboard? Rough estimate. Couple days? That's what I said. But this has been going on for over a year, and a very dark thought has started to nag at me. What if there's no cheap machine that's going to replace me? What if it's cheaper to just keep me here, filling in for the rhythm of operators? What if I'm the cheap machine? You're not a machine. Nice of you to notice. I mourn the Echo River Central Exchange, and I'll carry a torch for my voice with a smile. But at least I'm keeping some part of it human, right? Even if it's not the best part. Oh, the parcel. Right over there by the lamp is fine. Thank you for dropping that off. Take care. Think of me when you dial 0. No. No. Conway. Huh. Uh-oh. Dark tunnel on a boat, Willy Wonka time. Lily with the crying emoji, oh no. She returned on the dinghy alone. She had a strong and sudden urge to shut the motor off and let the current take her. But she couldn't work out where that impulse came from, so she did her best to resist it. She met a family of 5 on a flat bottom skiff. She met a flower salesman on a raft. They floated alongside the buoyant pots, bobbing untethered. He corralled them with a long rope, with a long pole and a stream of small adjustments. She leaned over the water to take a closer look. He just started work for the day, so his stock was full. He pushed a few bouquets her way. First was a delicate mixture of pansies, arranged in the Byzantine style. He said it was for a specific kind of person. If it didn't remind her of anyone specific, she'd better move on. Next, a rustic bundle of blue-petaled flowers of many different types. He suggested it would make an appropriate thinking of you bouquet. Finally, a delicate mass of roses, made to look messy. She thought it looked serene, and he agreed. He drifted away with the current, pushing his flowers along with the raft. She met a family of 5 on a flat-bottomed skiff. The boat was loaded to capacity with black plastic bags and a few larger pieces of furniture wrapped in a blue tarp. 3 paddled, the 2 adults and the older child. The 2 younger children slept. They'd been traveling all night, first by car, and then for the last few hours by boat. Hungry and tired, they didn't plan to stop until they reached West Virginia, where a relative had offered them to take them in. But the adults were happy to take a break from paddling in weary silence. They asked her about her river journey. She told them she was on the way to Sam and Ida's. They'd brought some food. The kids had picked the garden clean earlier in the day, so they'd been snacking on fresh bell peppers and tomatoes, and some crackers, rationed carefully for the trip. They wished her well and paddled on toward West Virginia. She met a guitar player, pedaling a floating bicycle with his dog in tow. He said they took turns. The water was cold and the floating bicycle, well, technically marvelous, wasn't quite buoyant enough for the both of them. Swimming is hard work, the hardest work that a dog has ever done, he explained. That dog had ever done. They'd been traveling this way for most of the night, struggling through icy water. stopping to recover when they could find a rock large enough to start a small campfire. And he had his belongings stuffed into a weathered guitar case at the end of a thin rope. It floated pretty well, so we only had to keep an eye on it and occasionally free it from a rock or some driftwood it was caught on. She asked if he had a guitar in the case or just clothes. He would have played or something, but the case leaked a bit, and he didn't think it would sound right until it had time to dry out. She gave in, shut off the motor, and floated for a while. Then she knew what she'd been craving, a moment of silence. Low-key horror game. Yep. Lots of those bone guys in Kentucky, it seems. Yeah. Act 4, Scene 8? Scene 8 already? Sam and Ida's. Probably go until we finish this act. My voice is getting a bit tired though. It is getting pretty late, I think. I think I might actually stop there. I think. What does ephemera mean? Oh, all my stuff. How do I, wait, what the heck? Oh, there we go. Maybe I'll play a little longer. Hello out there, headed up or down? I'm just looking for the crew of the Mucky Mammoth. Also, hello SoCal Architect. Thanks for tuning in. Yes ma'am, they stop here every morning. I expect they're upstairs now. And I just got the coffee going. I could use a cup myself, it's still cold down here. We'll head on upstairs and she'll take care of you. I'll be along in a minute. I think, yeah, actually, yeah. I've been going for quite a bit. I can feel it in my voice and in my brain that I think I might have to end the stream here. But this was a good one. Act 4 is pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh, JB, you're back. Welcome back. I'm still going. But yeah, I think I will end it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah. So next time, next stream will be on Wednesday, which is Valentine's Day. So be on the lookout for the Valentine's stream. I'll make an announcement post about it tomorrow. Yeah. And I'll probably oh shoot, I might not be able to stream Friday. I was like today I was like, all right, I'm back to normal streaming schedule, but Friday is Blake Rozier's Craigslist show, and I am the CEO of Blake Rozier Productions, so I do have to be there. So I don't think I'll be able to stream on Friday night. Maybe I could stream earlier in the day. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll be back on Wednesday, and then Friday maybe. And if not, I'll do like a makeup stream on the weekend or something. But thank you all for tuning in. Joe's Go, Andy C, Lily, thanks for tuning in. Cherub Cow, Nathan, Pitch Chance, Dark, nice to see you all. Christ Chan. Alright. Bye, dudes. I'll see you all soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.